Hi, I'm Ty.
I'm Brandon. Welcome to Anxiety.
Hi, I'm Ty.
I'm Brandon.
And welcome
to Anxiety.
Transformers Thursday. So if you've seen our recent Haslab's Proton Pack video, you will know that we stan Haslab's in this house. And this is another Haslab's crowd-funded project. This was the Victory Saber, Transformers Victory Saber from the anime series Robot Fight Super Robot Lifeform Transformers Victory. It was a Japanese-only Transformers series. And they did a crowdfunding of the main character of it, Victory Saber. This was from the same time as the Proton Pack, so they stopped crowdfunding around October. They only needed 11,000, and they ended up getting 26,211 backers. And this figure was $180, and it ended up getting all of its additional goals. So they ended up giving us several figures. And I'm very excited to show off today. I love the Transformers Victory emblem. We've got this cool poster done with the current line, Transformers Legacy line artwork, instructions, and stickers. And this is the accessories that it comes with.
That's the extra ones? Or is that...
Some of it, yeah, and they included additional figures as well. This is the box that this was in, but it just kind of slides right out. I love the artwork.
Lindsay will love this packaging too.
Yeah.
Shocked to see that.
You've got the additional figures that come in it. And that. And then this can be opened for displaying it on this big fancy stand. This was the artwork from the original Japanese toy box artwork that was done in the original Transformers style. That was released at the time of Star Saber as a figure. So we have Victory Saber, we have Victory Leo. Does it name the partner minicons? Let's see. Transformers Victory. Look at that instruction sheet. But the minicons that he comes with, the blue one is Holly the police car, and the fire truck is Autobot Fire. Simple names.
Holly the police car?
Yep, Holly the police car. Leo. This is Fire, which is just a repaint of a minicon we've already had for years now from the Siege line.
So, are these characters?
I believe they're from the show.
Normal sized, and then this is a giant.
No, they're never. The size differences were never represented like this in the cartoons. It seemed they always looked closer to their actual size. And that's Holly, but I haven't watched all the way through Victory Saber, so I can't say for certain. But yeah, in the cartoons, they've never really represented the mini-cons the same way until like Transformers Armada, where you actually saw mini-cons as very tiny figures. Now, my friend already had to send his back because the wing flaps were loose and just fell right off.
Oh, no.
And instead of just sending him new wing flaps, they just took the whole figure back and sent him. Well, they're going to send him a new one. They said it can take 3 months.
That's yucky.
So I guess that's the sitch with a limited figure.
Yeah, probably gotta put it back in production.
I'm hoping that they keep just like 100 to the side for quality control purposes.
So the shape of that is very Megazord.
I was going to say it's very Gundam, but yeah, I can see it too. It is very Megazord-esque as well, like from like Power Rangers in space almost. That is a huge gun. So we'll start with the mini-cons just because they're going to be the easiest part. This is Holly, who was a police car. They added a gimmick where these minicons can be turned into guns. It doesn't look right, so I don't do it.
Does the head go down? It looks like it's cut on the head.
Yeah, it's supposed to fold forward. Yeah, the head doesn't go anywhere. What's supposed to happen is the whole hood folds down, like it's on a swivel.
I feel like you're gonna break.
I feel like I am gonna break it too, but it even just shows it just folding down. Because you can see it's on a double.
Mm-hmm.
The minicons that they've released since Siege have been very wibbly. And this happens a lot. The ball joints that hold like the legs on, they just pop right off.
Pop right off.
Yeah. That was a big problem during the Siege line. Was the quality control, for especially for these minicons. Theirs are usually very loose. And they'll just pop apart. So I definitely didn't buy this for the minicons. Alright, there we go. So that's...
Let me play with it.
Yeah. I've got like... They've already released this fire truck minicon like 3 or 4 times already. Under different names.
Different paint job too?
Yeah. It just immediately fell apart.
To get it to put down, I took the arms off.
Yeah.
And it went down, so the arms are definitely in the way. So that's a design weird issue.
Yeah, these minicons are... I hate to say it, they're trash. The minicons are trash. But I didn't get it for the minicons. I got it for everything else. Like, look how poorly put together that is. Like, it's just kind of loose.
This feels like what they would give you like in the McDonald's Transformers.
It does. It does, except it just had... The only thing, it's just got too many moving parts.
Mm-hmm.
The ball joints for the legs are awful. Okay, this is a combined form. This is from a combined form. Okay. Let's just see. How do you display him in this mode, then? The antenna kind of poke out on the sides.
Hasbro loves their
blast effects.
blast effects.
Yeah, I'm really happy with that, but... Why does this foot look different than this foot?
It does. It's like it's pushed down.
Things going on. Like you can see here, the feet don't line up. Whereas this one, you can completely go underneath it. When it's a $200 thing, you kind of get a little more worried about forcing things.
Yep.
Yeah, you can kind of stand like that, but yeah, I can feel that's not how it's supposed to be. You could probably sand this a little bit.
Crazy. Is it just barely not going up, or is it like a big chunk's not going up?
Those two corners are really not going in. So, yeah, I guess if I could make a little X-Acto
Can I see it real quick?
Yeah.
So when you look through this, you can see it's those two pegs are a little too long. It's just if they can get past those two pegs, it would go in.
Well, do you have an X-Acto knife?
Mm-hmm. Let me try it.
Yeah. I feel like we should never have to do surgery on a figure we get. This should clip in more, but it doesn't. That's kind of a bummer on the side of the legs. Like these inner panels, they're just kind of loose. So if you try to turn the legs too much, they seem to want to just pop out, but it's not awful. The feet are really bugging me. The antennae are so loose that it's very easy to just kind of knock these around while you're messing with it. And just get them all kind of out of sorts. Yeah, see, that just keeps... That inner leg just keeps popping out. Well, it's just in my brain. Oh, that's perfect.
It's a little tighter, but it still works.
No, it's exactly how it's...
Is it?
I mean, I feel like that's how it's supposed to be. Because close it up. And so you fold it out, and it's supposed to hit the foot. And pop it out.
Cool.
So, yeah. So we've with a little bit of surgery, we've already fixed one of Hasbro's mistakes. I was saying, I wish the antennas weren't so loose, because it's very easy to knock them around.
Do you want, I have joint stiffener, do you want that? And see what you
Absolutely.
You can try it.
Yeah, you can show me how to use it.
I'm going to grab that right now.
Thank you.
It's definitely good for Super 7 figures, your legs are all floppy.
Speaking of, I'm thinking about asking you to cancel that one. I am not happy with Super 7 right now. Their figures are a bit crap. They're Transformers figures. The Turtle stuff seems okay. But I am not impressed with their with the stuff they've done with the Transformers license. And their Green Ranger that they're doing, like, in the promotional material, it looks great, but someone actually got one, and the faces look completely different and awful. Like, you saw that Green Ranger face that they actually got. Like, that's unacceptable.
Uh-oh. More surgery?
No. So they did this it's kind of cool. They did it where when you open it, the slot for hiding the handle goes in, and then when you push it in, it pops out. But I'm just trying to get this. Okay, there we go. There we go. That looks good.
Megazord.
It is very Megazord-esque.
Looks like the Megazord
oh,
sword.
I think this is for
Shield.
the shield.
Is that for him or is that for the big one?
He uses it in this mode too. Sword and shield for a robot. I think it looks pretty cool.
I prefer silver and gold. Pokemon, sorry.
Oh, no,
Pokemon joke.
I was thinking about how to punish you for that one. All right, yeah. So show me how to use this joint stiffener.
So when you use this, you kind of just find a gap, and then you squirt it in a little bit.
That's what she said. And this won't lock it up or something?
No. Okay. So then you rub it in.
Rub it in, rub it in.
I already feel that.
Oh, that's cool. I love that. I want to use that on those minifigures. I am just very not for loose joints. I know he's supposed to be like a lion, but from this angle and with the horns like that, he looks like a bull.
Looks like a man.
So doesn't he look like a bull there?
Yeah. The Flintstones, the Water Buffalo Club.
The Water Buffalo Club, yeah!
That's a deep cut.
The Lounge of the Water Buffalo, Bon!
See, look, so this one, it's did a little better than this one, so I'm going to do this again, but feel both.
I can actually see some of it here.
So look, so bend this one back and forth.
Oh my
And then
gosh.
feel that one. So I didn't do that one as well yet, so I'm going to get that.
Yeah, it's more on the outside of it. So you can tell he's going to split in half as part of his transformation. So he's got this big seam down the middle. So the Autobot symbol in his crotch looks like stretched out. The things people come up with knowing how we're going to want it to look and act. I hope someone makes a gap filler for this.
Yeah.
To fill that in, because the underside of the guns look kind of silly. So maybe someone will make like a 3D printed plate or gap fillers for this. Just to... I mean, I don't mind like the peg holes because you can clearly use those for something.
Yeah.
But just that hollow, I don't think it does it any credit.
Yeah, that's just cost cutting.
Exactly. And for a premium figure, I don't think that should be the case. Can you do the same thing for his feet? These are very loose feet. So I bet you didn't think you were, I thought you thought you were going to get a review, but instead of getting surgery. You thought what you thought, but you didn't think right. So this is for the back of Victory Leo. And then Victory Leo himself turns into a gun platform. And a lion.
So where's Victory Donnie?
Good point. He's with Victory Wrath. Okay, so then he can kind of wear it on his wrist.
Nice. And then do this.
Forearm. We'll set you to the side as we work with Victory Leo, who I think in the show used to be God Jinrai, who was then rebuilt as Victory Leo after being killed, is my understanding. So we're going to transform him. So then the face gets covered, and now the mouth can open. You see his teeth. These look silly because they don't match up with his mouth. These tusks.
Does this look like a saber-toothed tiger?
No, he's supposed to be a lion, who just happens to also have tusks.
What's happening?
I'm supposed to flip the arm on this hinge, but it's very tight. This does not
Doesn't
clip in. Like, you see the spot for it. It sits in there. But there's no... There we go. You really got to push it. Push it real good! There is something very Megazord-esque about these guys. It looks like this is supposed to socket into that, is my guess. Or, oh no, it's farther down. This big gun goes on his back. Sliding onto his backpack. So this is supposed to clip onto that bit. I'm trying to see how. Because the peg on the top has to fit. It fits inside of it.
Okay.
I guess as that stuff dries, it'll get even firmer.
Okay, so this has a little notch right there where you can see the circle. So you come from this way down and you slide it. So
yeah. Now, how loose is it?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. That's the answer. How loose is it? No.
Yeah, not at all.
Look at our lighting. It just looks so good.
It does. I wonder what figure he's a retool of, because he feels like a retool of something we've had before in Siege. Ah! Well, it's already a strike against him. His legs come off too easy. If they would have just put something on the back of this so you couldn't do that, that'd be great. I don't know why I always end up finding the tinier robot inside to be the more fun. Because it feels less fragile. I don't know. There we go. So you can push from the outside to get the hands out. And then you've got a terrible case of extremely hollow forearms. Look at that. Look how hollow those are. This man skipped arm day. Okay. It's not bad. I like him. I like he's got good detail on him. Nice if be nice if the legs were a little firmer on there. And kind of just slide right off those pegs, and that's kind of a pain. But yeah. The gimmick with him is he's got a Brain Master, which is a tinier robot inside of him. So yeah, the chest opens up, and then he's got a Brain Master inside, which looks like a tiny version of his Victory Saber form. So look at it. He's got a tiny head. Little guy inside his head. Oh, that's trippy. So he comes out, and he is the face of that robot. And it's funny, like, if you leave him like this, he looks absolutely ridiculous, and I love it. But he's not supposed to stay like that. You then fold that back, and then his actual head pops out, which this is the Brain Master. This is the pilot of the whole thing, which is, it's a much tinier version than the Titan Masters, than even like the Titan Masters we've been dealing with are, because he's not the whole head, he's just the face, which is fascinating. I wish this helmet didn't come off completely and like it just lifted back and slid in somewhere. I think it makes it kind of cheap looking. Well, two parts formery for me. Let's show off base mode, which once again feels like a tacked on mode, but it's not uncommon these days to get a lot of tacked on modes. So weird having a little robot just become the face, not the entire head. You know, I've gotten so used to the whole Titan Master thing over the past few years. This doesn't clip at all. It just kind of feels like it. There we go. It's kind of difficult to get closed. It'd be nice if he had like a use for this as a weapon in this mode, but it just seems he just keeps it on his shoulder. Like if it turned into a gun or something, but you know, we're going off those original usage case. Yeah, we got the little robot out. Fold the feet up. Just kind of do the same gimmick to the legs. Feels kind of Power Master Prime-esque in the way its base form is. Just its legs off to the side. At least with those panels opened up and kind of became ramps. That sort of thing. Doesn't happen here. Sockets into its own neck. The gun's pointing forward. And the shield connects. Okay, these face outward. And the shield pegs into the chest. It's not a firm peg. The shield just kind of loosely sets on there, it feels like. There. Because there's so much stuff in the way. I like a good base form, and this just feels sloppy. And besides, when he's in base form, he doesn't have any like plates. He doesn't have any. It's this weird defense mode. I don't like it. Yeah, I'm not impressed by that. Especially the way these are supposed to peg onto his chest. Not a fan. I'm gonna. I think it's a big downvote. Yeah, some kind of weird tank defense-based thing that does not work. Trying to transform him into his just jet mode. Looks like the arms just go down to the sides, kind of socket into his thighs. So he does the typical robot that turns into a jet slab. Feet fold in. You almost, if you don't finish the jet mode, you essentially have a robot slab. You've got a cube of you've got a rectangle of robot to deal with. So fold the wings out, open the cockpit, put our Brain Master inside. Make him comfy. I kind of wish the Titan Masters had been this small. No, so and I'm fine with them not having landing gear. He's tiny. Sure, it is a premium cost figure, and that would have been nice. But, I mean, as jets go, I think that looks pretty good. It definitely is a case of I'm a robot underneath, and I'm a compact jet on top. The wings are a little small, but I don't know. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. This does not bother me. So, like a futuristic looking jet. Not offended by it. Could be a lot worse things than what we got. Things a little loose. But yeah, you know, I don't hate it. Okay, so now we're going to turn this into a jet. Kind of seems like the legs are going to stay at an angle. I don't know how far this angle is, but it seems like they will stay at an angle. I did his base mode. It's awful.
Oh, really?
Absolutely awful.
Like the jet?
No, base.
Oh, okay.
Like he's got this weird, where he's supposed to be this defense base. It looks awful. Like that. And these don't, like the chest. These are supposed to peg in, and they're so loose. And if you try to force it, the whole thing just kind of crumbles in.
Wow.
Like they did a really piss poor job.
Wow.
So to get enough force just to clip it on, and it's not a clip, it's just pressure. So yeah, and I wouldn't display them in the base form anyway, because there's no like places for the if it had like spots for the minicons to sit or something. So normally they had headmasters in the past. He is what's called a brain master, so he's tinier than a headmaster because he's just the face of the robot.
That's crazy.
Sockets into place.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It is.
I was going to ask
if you were super rare.
I was going to ask if you were impressed with this at all, because it doesn't seem like you are.
I'm liking parts of it. I like I definitely like aspects of it, but I think it doesn't help that I didn't grow up with this character in show, so I don't have an emotional attachment to it. He looks so cool. He looks more like a Gundam than a Transformer. All right, so now this combines with this. Does this? Do you? Wait, that's it? That's all? Oh, I guess that kind of looks like a deck.
Okay.
That way. I would have kept these wings out. Big gun goes on this wing. It's not a very deep hole. And then this is supposed to come down and cover it up to look like it's...
okay. Gotcha.
Okay, I guess. That's a thing. I always prefer things to be symmetrical.
Yeah, I don't like those.
How do you, as someone who has no experience with this, how do you think that looks?
It looks really weird.
Now let's at least take these off.
I would take the head off too. I mean, I hate this thing, but
yeah.
And you're right. This would be out for me, and then I think this needs to come more to a point.
Yeah. Whoever invented that's a genius. Yeah, I would. Those are some changes I would make, but to make it show accurate. And I guess if you're going to arm it all up. But the thing is, he's supposed to be using that, so why would you give this? I would keep that with him. I don't know where this is supposed to go when you're doing anything. Okay, so now there's a combined flying mode into his backside. Oh, okay. These will go here.
What's that hook going to attach to, though?
I don't know.
Did you just fit in that slot right there?
Wish the head did something.
I don't even see it on this. It's hidden right there, I guess.
Yeah.
The red one. So there's a peg right there.
It's a little wobbly. Oh, that's not good. I feel like this isn't the most secure stand for it. Did I do it wrong?
No.
That's not a very secure stand. I mean, even if it's got give, I feel like over time... Look how wobbly that is.
Yeah, that's not good.
It's too heavy to display like this. I can't believe this stand was a stretch goal. It looks pretty, but it is not.
See, I feel like this is the weak spot right here. There's too much flex.
There is.
Should have filled that in for a stretch goal.
Oh my gosh. I honestly would have done an additional like support beam here, or like two that go like that.
Yeah. Like a tripod.
I feel like I'm going to end up going with a third-party stand or something. I didn't even check to see where these stickers went. All right. And then there's the final thing is his robot combined mode, which... This is ugly. Do you think? Is this ugly? Am I imagining that, like...
No, it's ugly. It looks good as a robot. Victory Saber.
He looks great as a robot.
Mm-hmm.
And Victory Leo looks good as a robot. But I'm not wowed by this. I'm wowed by the fact that this took almost 2 years and almost $200 of my own money. Come on, unpeg, man.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
There we go. Like, I like them combining to make this robot form. That part I am genuinely impressed with. But the vehicle form just isn't doing much for his vehicle form. I like
the jet, yeah.
But he suffers from the jet on top.
Yeah.
He's just a folded up robot. He is a slab. But that's honestly such a common thing with so many Transformers. I don't even get mad about it. It's like, that's just how it is. I wanted to do a photo shoot with this and everything. Now I'm like, I don't want to, because I don't want to mess them up, you know? The height doesn't make sense because his arms
didn't get longer.
But I guess the backpack is supposed to make up for that. How does this work? I would have wished there were maybe arm extensions. Maybe something just to make the torso look a little bigger.
Oh.
Yeah, see, there's enough room. And he's just got this guy on his back going, rawr. Rawr. You can't buy him anymore. But if you were going to buy him from a scalper, if you are a hardcore Victory Saber fan, sure. Sure. He looks like a great robot. He is not fun to transform. He's got just some glaring quality control issues that
I mean, we had one right the bat.
Yeah, like right off the bat. I think I'll probably just hold on to this for about 10 years and then sell it when I'm 45. And cut that part out. The stand is weak and wobbly. I kind of like it better like that.
That looks cool.
Feels like it's holding it.
Yeah.
So...
Okay.
That is a much better stand in this capacity, but even then...
Yep.
The leg panels do not want to stay in place. The leg keeps starting to slide out like that. I don't even know how to fix that. Like, just wobbling just from air. God forbid the table moves. This is not a good stand. This is just visual pleasure, but does not spark joy. His posability is fine for a figure of his size. Because of the nature of his shoulders, you can't really do that much with his arm. But he's got good knees. There's aspects about him I like. I really like the robot mode, but when I get a Transformer, it's not just for one mode. I want to mess with it. I want to pose it in different ways and show off its different forms, and I feel like I can't really do that with this guy. He feels very wobbly. This is not $200 worth. I mean, with all the figures you get at today's prices, I guess that makes sense in the sense that trying to just buy Motor Master is $150 now, but I'm not crazy about this. There's nothing about this that's really making me feel like I have to have this. It kind of feels like a miss for me. I think for the right audience, for a hardcore Victory Saber, for Transformers Victory fan, I could see this being something you would have to have. Because if you fix some of the smaller problems, I could see it. This could make great posing. This could be great posing fodder. But, yeah, I don't see myself keeping this on the desk and fiddling with it. And that's a big part for me. It's like with Transformers, I keep them out, I mess with them for a little bit, I pose them, and then I take them off this display and put a different one up on the thing. And with all the extra stuff it comes with, it's gorgeous, but all the extra stuff doesn't make this a better figure for me.
Right.
How do you feel as a non-Transformers fan?
Visually, it looks really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it visually looks really cool. It really does. From the front, the back does not, or the side, because you have that weird profile.
Yeah.
But yeah, this just gives me I think I could make some cool poses with this, and I just it looks cool. But yeah, it's like you're saying. It's
I didn't like the spaceship form. What did you think of the spaceship? The vehicles?
Terrible.
What do you think about Victory Leo as a figure?
I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of the Saberhead.
Yeah. So, yeah. That's, oh my god.
Just pull it down.
I want to see how he looks without the feet extensions. The inner leg panels constantly coming unpegged is really annoying for me.
Yeah, they can get her out of.
If Legos got it, Transformers needs it. It definitely, I think, looks better without the feet extensions. these, I would have liked maybe something for the arms more, but obviously this is based on a design from a long time ago, and they're not going to change it just for this figure, and that's fine. I get that. This is not something I feel like I have to have. I could have definitely gone without this in my life. So I'm going to say it's a no for me.
It's a no for me, dog.
It's a no for me, dog. So we appreciate you watching. You know, let us know what you think. If you bought this figure, you know, let us know how you felt about it. I would love to hear your opinions. Maybe this could become a redemption for me later down the line. I think I'm going to come back to this in maybe a year or two and see how I feel about it then. I think I'm looking also at this from the fact that I've waited a year and a half for it, and there's a bit of disappointment there. Especially for the price.
Yeah.
But
it's not cheap.
Yeah, it's not cheap. Like, yeah. Yeah. You did the feet, didn't you?
Yeah.
I gotta stop biting my nails off. So yeah, I'm gonna say if I was gonna put this out of 10, I'd say it's a 6. It does what it is meant to do after we had to fix a few small things. So, but its intended design is not bringing me that much joy. So yeah, I really appreciate you watching. This has been a Haslab's exclusive for High Anxiety Transformers Thursday. Back to back Haslab's exclusives. Yeah. I especially after what we opened earlier today.
Yeah.
I think I went from to it's a Transformer. It's definitely a Transformer. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe, share to your friends who are also in Transformers and Ghostbusters and Ninja Turtles. And there's going to be a lot more coming from us. And also please check out our Twitch channel where I stream several times a week. And we love you. Thank you. Bye.